There was a time when the most meaningful moments in life were the ones no one else saw. A quiet conversation with a friend, a stranger helping another stranger, a laugh shared between two people on a street corner. But today, something strange has happened. Before we experience a moment, we reach for our phone. Before we help someone, we ask ourselves one silent question. Should I record this? And slowly, almost invisibly, society has shifted from living moments to documenting them as social currency. In this video, we're going to explore how the algorithm quietly rewrote modern social behavior and what it's doing to human connection. Hi, Architect. Welcome back to Mindset Mechanic. On this channel, we explore the hidden psychology shaping modern behavior, power dynamics, and digital culture. And today we're examining something that almost everyone feels, but few people can fully explain. Why does it feel like real human moments are disappearing? Why do people record tragedies before helping? Why are friendships starting to feel like networking opportunities? And why do many people now behave in public as if they are the main character in a permanent broadcast? To understand this shift, we need to begin with something subtle: the death of the private moment. For most of human history, experiences had value simply because they happened. A story told among friends, a personal victory, a moment of kindness between strangers. These events existed primarily in memory, not documentation. But social media introduced a new dynamic. Moments are no longer valuable only because they happen. They are valuable because they can be seen by others. This creates what psychologists call social currency. A moment becomes a form of digital capital when it can be shared, liked, or amplified. And once experiences become currency, people start collecting them. The camera-first mentality. Think about how people react today when something unusual happens in public. A street performance, a celebrity sighting, even an accident. The first instinct is rarely participation. It's documentation. Phones appear instantly. Dozens of cameras rise in the air, and suddenly the event is no longer a moment. It becomes content. This camera-first mentality subtly changes human behavior. Instead of asking, "How can I be present here?" people ask, "How can I capture this?" The modern bystander effect. This shift has created a new variation of a well-known psychological phenomenon. Traditionally, the bystander effect occurs when individuals fail to help someone in need because they assume someone else will act. But in the digital era, something stranger happens. Instead of helping, people record. Because recording offers something helping does not: attention. Helping someone privately earns gratitude. Recording the moment publicly earns engagement, and engagement has become one of the most powerful rewards in modern society. The fear of missing a viral moment. Another subtle anxiety now exists in everyday life. It's the fear of missing a potentially viral moment. Even during ordinary activities, people now carry a silent awareness. Something interesting could happen. Something shareable. Something that might explode online. This constant possibility creates a strange psychological tension. Daily life is no longer just life. It is potential content waiting to happen. And this mindset slowly transforms how people experience reality. The algorithmic etiquette shift. As social media platforms grew, they introduced an invisible force shaping behavior. The algorithm. Algorithms reward certain types of content: drama, conflict, emotion, surprise, and because people naturally adapt to reward systems, something fascinating occurred. Social etiquette began evolving to serve the algorithm. Main character syndrome. One of the most visible examples is something often called main character syndrome. This is the belief, sometimes unconscious, that everyday life is a stage and the individual is the central character. In this mindset, traditional social norms can feel like obstacles to creativity, blocking a sidewalk to film a video, interrupting strangers for a prank, turning private spaces into content sets. The justification becomes simple. It's just content. But what's really happening is that visibility is replacing courtesy as the dominant social priority. Performative kindness. Another fascinating shift is the rise of performative altruism. Acts of kindness that only occur when a recording device is present, giving money to strangers, helping the homeless, surprising workers with gifts. At first glance, these acts seem positive, but psychologists note an important difference between genuine altruism and performative kindness. Genuine kindness happens regardless of recognition. Performative kindness requires an audience. Without the camera, the act often disappears. Controversy as currency. Engagement metrics also reward another behavior: conflict. Content that sparks arguments spreads faster. Content that triggers strong emotions travels further. This creates an incentive structure where creators may push boundaries to remain visible. Pranks become more intrusive. Opinions become more extreme. Public interactions become more theatrical, not necessarily because people are cruel, but because the system quietly rewards attention above all else. The transactionalization of friendship. The algorithm doesn't just influence public behavior, it also reshapes private relationships. Friendships that once formed through shared experiences are increasingly viewed through another lens: digital reach. Friends as networks. In the past, social circles were built around trust, proximity, and emotional compatibility. Today, another variable sometimes enters the equation: audience size. People now evaluate relationships in terms of collaboration potential, cross-promotion, audience overlap. In subtle ways, friendships begin to resemble network partnerships, not always intentionally, but gradually. The collaborative gathering. Modern social gatherings also reflect this shift. Instead of simply spending time together, many events now revolve around creating shareable moments. Group photos, filmed conversations, curated aesthetic environments. The gathering becomes less about intimacy and more about documentation. The moment is valuable not only because friends are present, but because followers can witness it. Curated relatability. Even vulnerability has changed form. People still share struggles online, but those struggles are often carefully structured to produce a particular audience reaction. This creates something psychologists call curated relatability. Instead of raw emotion, people present polished narratives designed to trigger empathy, encouragement, or engagement. The result is a strange paradox. People share more than ever before. Yet genuine vulnerability becomes increasingly rare. The erosion of social friction. In traditional societies, etiquette served a clear purpose. It minimized conflict, it made social environments comfortable, and it helped strangers interact respectfully, but digital culture introduced a new force influencing behavior: public judgment at scale. The rise of digital consensus. Today, many people no longer rely solely on their internal moral compass. Instead, they rely on digital consensus. They watch how the internet reacts, they wait for the majority opinion, and then they align with it. This creates a culture where behavior is shaped not by personal values, but by anticipated public reactions. From politeness to visibility. Traditional manners were designed to make others comfortable. Modern clout culture often focuses on making the creator visible. This is a fundamental shift. Politeness prioritizes the collective experience. Clout prioritizes the individual spotlight. And when visibility becomes the main goal, social environments become more unpredictable, because every interaction carries the possibility of becoming content. The loss of nuance. Algorithms also favor simplicity. Clear heroes, clear villains, clear sides, nuanced opinions rarely spread as widely as extreme ones. So many people adapt their views to fit the format the algorithm rewards. Positions become sharper. Language becomes more dramatic, and public discourse gradually loses the subtlety that real conversations require. Reclaiming human connection. If the digital world is reshaping behavior this dramatically, the question becomes, is there a way back? Not necessarily away from technology, but toward healthier social dynamics. One emerging concept offers an interesting answer: digital asceticism. Asceticism traditionally referred to voluntary simplicity and restraint. In a digital world, digital asceticism may become a new status symbol, choosing not to record every moment, choosing to keep certain experiences private, choosing to interact without an audience. Ironically, in a culture where everything is shared, privacy may become the rarest luxury. Rebuilding boundaries. Reclaiming human connection may require rebuilding a few important boundaries. Moments that remain unrecorded, conversations that stay offline, friendships that exist without documentation. These boundaries protect something essential: authenticity. Because not every experience needs an audience to have value. The future of etiquette. The next evolution of social etiquette may look very different from the past. In the future, the most respectful gesture might not be speaking politely. It might be not recording at all. Choosing presence over documentation, participation over performance, and connection over content. Because sometimes the most meaningful moment in a person's life is the one that never becomes a post. If this video made you rethink how digital culture shapes behavior, you're not alone. Many people are beginning to notice these subtle changes in how we interact with each other. And understanding these patterns is the first step toward reclaiming genuine human connection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into social psychology and modern behavior, subscribe to Mindset Mechanic for more explorations into the hidden forces shaping our world. Because the most powerful systems influencing us are often the ones we rarely notice until we start paying attention. Don't forget to stay observant, stay deliberate. See you in the next video. Bye.